Hello everyone, in this video I'll be reviewing my first less than 2 hour speedrun, if you can even call it like that. This video has been requested by a lot of people, so here we go. First of all, for this run I was looking for a seed that had a village near spawn, so I could get fast food, iron and pets. Well, you can see that I spawned in a weird wall, so I had to jump off and started running in the other direction. Luckily for me, there was a village, this beautiful village that we have in front of us, and that's the first thing I need to have a decent run. Once in the village, the first thing I did was gather some stone and crafted the basic tools that I will need for the run: a shovel, a pickaxe, an axe and a hoe. With all my tools crafted, I started looking around and saw this gravel patch, so decided to get the flint right away. It took me a few tries, but nothing out of this world. When that was done, I shifted to my hoe and got all the hay bales that were lying around, because I wanted bread. Bread is the fastest food that you can get, and bread is good. I was exploring the village a little more, taking all the useful loot from the chests and the beds from the houses, when I found that there was a Fletcher's house. This is important because it will be useful later on in the run. Another thing about villages is that they have an iron golem, which is usually an easy source of iron. To kill it, what you do is hit him and then build a 3-block tower so it cannot reach you. Due to a miscalculation, I had to build a 4-block tower instead of 3, but in a sloppy maneuver, I fell off my tower and quickly got destroyed by the golem. Honestly, not the best start to a run. I decided to keep going because getting a sub 2 hour time is not something really hard, and there's a lot of room for mistakes. With that in mind, I went back to the village, collected my stuff that was scattered all around, and got my revenge on the iron golem. Just to be sure though, I collected some more iron from a ravine that was right on the side of the village, and there's a slight chance that I almost died getting out of there. It's looking good so far. We're 12 minutes in, and the only thing we now need to go to the nether is a lava pool or a broken portal. Before recording the video, I established parameters for when to discard a seed, and I decided that if there was no village relatively close to spawn, I would just reset the run. Or if I spent more than 20 minutes in the nether looking for a fortress, I would also reset, unless I already had the pairs or something good like that. Just 1.5 minutes after leaving the village, I found the lava pool. Things were starting to look really good, and I was hoping that I got a good nether. I put down a bed next to the lava pool and set spawn, just to be sure that if I died in the nether, there was still a chance that the run was not completely ruined. Building the portal was pretty smooth. I did not commit any brutal mistakes like turning the whole lava pool into obsidian. I did misplace some lava, but nothing important. Now the portal was ready, and I was ready to go into this diabolic dimension. I thought that finding the village next to spawn was lucky, but this? A nether fortress right where I built my portal? This is real luck. Especially in 1.16, where finding fortresses is considerably harder than in other versions. When I saw this, I knew that I was going to be able to get a sub 2 hour run, unless something went horribly wrong. I started looking for the spawners right away, which I knew had to be on the other side of the fortress. In case you didn't know, the place spawners are on the open area of the fortress, where the hallways don't have a nether brick ceiling. And this room right here is the separation between the open area and the closed area. I killed a bunch of stray blazes in the process of finding the spawners, and from that I got 3 out of the 8 blaze rods that I needed. Fighting blazes in an open area is not a good idea, because they can shoot you from everywhere, and as you can see right here, I did struggle a little bit with that. Luckily for me, I did not lose any items on that death. The spawner's location was not optimal, because they were both open and side by side. An open cage makes the process a lot slower because some of the blazes can escape from the cage, making it harder to kill them. Unlike this one right here, for example. And because they were side by side and very close to each other, blazes from the other cage could eventually shoot me, making it even harder to fight them. Due to that, and my lack of experience and talent, getting the rod was a long and painful process, in which I had to do a lot of fighting to avoid death. I still died one more time and it took me around 10 minutes to get them all. But then, the torture was over. Just 32 minutes into the run, the hardest part was done. But now starts the most boring one, the trading process to get the pearls. Getting the gold was a long task. I died a few times because I did not have golden armor, so the piglins kept attacking me, but I eventually crafted golden boots to avoid this matter. At one point, I was peacefully trading when a ghast started attacking me. I decided to just grab my crafting table and go somewhere else, but that was a mistake. I broke the table and I did not pick that up, so the fireball from the ghast blew it. That forced me to go back to the overworld to craft a new one, wasting precious time. Eventually, despite all the struggles, I was able to get the pearls that I needed, thanks to these friends right here. And I could finally leave this awful place. I got out of the nether and I was hopping back to the village to trade for some arrows when I realized I did not pick up the things that I left on the chest next to the portal. So I went to retrieve them, doing some awesome parkour. I got my things, headed back to the village again, traded with the Fletcher and got the arrows for the end fight. 1 hour and almost 9 minutes into the run, I started looking for the stronghold. I had 14 pearls, so I really was hoping that the ice did not break too quickly. On my way there, I found a village which I used to set spawn in case I died, got some more beds for the fight and kept going. The stronghold was a lot farther than I expected. I had to throw the eye like 1,000 times, and after 2,000 blocks, it finally went backwards. After some triangulation, I was able to reduce the stronghold's location to this plane. Full of hope, I started digging straight down as one usually does in Minecraft, just to discover that my calculation was not accurate enough. One digging around later, I came across the stronghold, and in what I considered to be very little time, I found the portal room. I was feeling pretty good about the run, but you can never be too safe, and setting spawn has never hurt anyone. Now I was ready. There was nothing in between me and the end fight. Eye by eye, I filled the portal, and right when I was about to go in, I realized that I did not have a bow. How am I going to destroy the crystals if I don't have a bow? I quickly killed the spiders, crafted my weapon, and now it was finally time for me to do it. It was time for me to enter the end. The crystals were blowing up like popcorn in a microwave. My aim was like the one of a lettuce shooting a sniper's rifle. Almost every other arrow hit its target. But there was one that refused to die. This single crystal took me like 30 arrows to blow up. But then it was done. It's just you against me, dragon. I did not really say that bad. You get the point. I had a lot of bets to try and one-cycle the dragon once I destroyed the crystals, but thanks to timing issues on the first purge, I couldn't position myself right, so I just waited out of range before going in. I don't know why I decided to go straight for the axe hits instead of the bed, but I did, and that got me yeeted into the sky. It's not like that's a problem for me though. What was a problem was this Enderman that I was not expecting. He killed me out of nowhere, but no big deal. I just need to go back in there and fight again. For the second purge, I was still retrieving my stuff from my previous death, so one cycle wasn't really an option. I got in there, and instead of going with the axe like the last time, I decided to blow up beds the classic way. Put the bed, put the block, blow up. Simple as that. 2 beds were blown right under her head before she decided to fly away. This second purge was a lot more useful than the first one, but they both had one thing in common. An Enderman killed me right after. Here we go again. I was only able to blow up one bed before she flew away on the third perch, but that left her pretty low and I knew that next time was gonna be the one. She came down one last time, and I wanted to use the one cycle technique just to end it with style. Check this out. In just 1 hour and 34 minutes, I killed the dragon and beat the game. I know that this was by no means a perfect run, but I accomplished my goal and got us up to our time. My next challenge is beating the game in less than 1 hour. If you're still watching, I appreciate you staying till now. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, have a very nice day, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!